engage in female genital mutilation. There is no benefit to it medically, and the reason apparently that is given by people who do adhere to this barbaric act is they say that it is supposed to quell the shahwa, or the desire, the sexual desire of the female, so that she doesn't stray. And that is nonsensical, to say the least. Why should a woman's desire be quelled? She has desires, and just like men have desires, and the marital life is to fulfill those desires that we have for each other, and there's nothing un-Islamic about that whatsoever. As I mentioned in the book, people in the Indian subcontinent, they probably never even heard about it. Never heard about it. And if you ask a female from that area, she'll probably say, "What are you supposed to cut?" Because she's really not familiar with that whole act. So I think it's more of a cultural thing, which is practiced in the North African countries, and there are so many harms for this: infections and bladder infections, infections where the place is cut unhygienically and not stitched together properly again. All of these things, and unfortunately many people have used it as an accusation against Islam, whereas it's not an Islamic thing, it's more of a cultural thing. Even like I mentioned in the book, even in Saudi Arabia it's not even practiced, which is supposed to be the place where Islam is practiced to its fullest as much as possible.
Well, Imam, thank you very much. I share your belief, and I also believe that it has to go. And we need a movement to be created against it, led by Imams like you, right? The point is, it is supported either directly or indirectly by a series of resources. Let me try to remember. It is supported in Hanbali law. I don't know about Maliki law. It is supported in Shafi law, reliance of the traveler, that you mentioned in your book, law number E.4.3. It is supported in Hanafi law, page 363. It is included in article number 368 of the list of enormity, Act Against Islam of Ibn Hajar Haytami, Imam Ibn Hajar Haytami. It is in Sahih Bukhari, volume 4, hadith 575 and 576, volume 7, 779. It is in Sunan Abu Dawud, hadith 52551. It is in Sahih Muslim, volume 3. It is in Sahih Ibn Majah, volume 1. It is in Sahih Tirmizi, and there are more. So, as of now, I have given you at least 10 hard sources, 3 Sharia laws, and these are hardcore sources. So, how do you lead us to overcome these heavyweight resources, to eliminate that barbarity that destroys Muslim women and brings bad name to Islam?
Yeah, either you can say that those resources are weak, or they are an optional thing that was practiced by some people at the time, and it was regarded and continued to be regarded as optional. Like I said, in Saudi Arabia, which the majority of people practice Hanbali law there, nobody practices it. And one hadith that comes to mind is that the Prophet ﷺ, when he mentioned this issue, he said that be gentle about this issue of genital mutilation.
That is hadith 779.
Yes, I believe it's Abu Dawud, this one. What does that mean by being gentle? The scholars who've interpreted it, they say that it just like it's the cutting of the foreskin of the male genitals, the foreskin of the clitoris of the female is to be cut, which is just the upper portion of the foreskin, which actually enhances the sexual pleasure instead of cutting, quelling it, which is what people say is the purpose. So if you take those hadith as being correct, then that would be the meaning of those hadith, not to cut out the whole clitoris and actually barbarically do what people do.
It's not being practiced. As you say, Sunan Abu Dawud, that is hadith 5251. In Reader Digest, 1999, August issue, they made a cover story on it. And the personal experience of some fashion lady called Iman or Aman, she is very famous, I heard. And she wrote she was a victim.
She's Somalian.
Oh, you heard of her, right?
Yeah, I know. She's married to, she was married to David Bowie, very famous pop star. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But the process is so barbaric, and I am a student of biochemistry. I know it's not only cutting and forcing. It is a semi-organ, and it is extremely painful, like death, and the bleeding doesn't. Normally it doesn't stop. So such a barbarity, and at that time in 1999, you mentioned the World Health Organization in your book. WHO said that at that time, 12 years ago, every day, 6,000 to 7,000 girls were being victimized every single day. So by today, it is nearly 10,000 a day. Few thousands by the time we talked here. So not only talk, can't our imams create a movement against it? We can support.
Absolutely. It's something that needs to be done.
Thank you. So I express my heartfelt thanks to Imam, and more so because I saw how busy he was. We came here, he was attending phones in the computer, and he is a multitask man. Thank you so much for your time, and inshallah, God bless you. Lead us to path of peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finding the truth is your own responsibility, because on the day of judgment, you alone are responsible for your acts, the deeds you do. So finding the truth is critical. A lot of times, media, particularly the media, propagates false information and myths about every religion, including Islam. Take time to find the truth. God is always kind and merciful. That is repeated so many times in the Quran. Every chapter in the Quran starts with God being merciful and kind. So that is the top of the line. Given that, understand Islam and Quran and take the time to learn. There is a lot of goodness in it. What you hear negative thing is not true, but you have to find it on your own to believe it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope I didn't bore you.
No, that's okay. Jazakallah khair.
So yeah, we need to, I know you have a lot of MP3s. Inshallah, we need to do more of these. We need to get people to see it.
Sure.